Hello guys, so today we're working on this 2012 Mercedes C300. Kind of working late because it started raining on us, but we're back at it. So we're putting on the new thermostat. That's my little drawing of how the belt goes, because you're gonna have to remove it because it gets a little bit on the way. It's right here, the thermostat housing. So you need to take off this hose, you need to take off the belt, and I think you need to take off this one. But right now I got to the bolt that's behind here, that one right there, without the need of taking it off. But I also ran into a problem because I don't have, from the sets, these type of sockets, the ones that have like the little, these for those type of bolts like these. I don't have them. I only have up until I think 11. I used 8 mil and I did the trick. So basically, start off, I just kind of just broke it just to see if I was gonna be able to take it off. If not, you're gonna need a torch, like I think it's these two, and you remove this little hose, and I think there's a little harness here, and it should, and this one too, and it should just pop off. But if it doesn't get on the way, I'm gonna leave it there. First off, like I said, the belt. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we come to a tensioner. This is your tensioner right here. So it's right here, located right here. This is the tensioner, which is 222, and right there. And in order to move the tensioner, you're gonna need a 17 mil, and you're gonna come down underneath right here. I'm gonna try to, so you can see. So you put it right here, and you're gonna use, I'm gonna use the one that I use for the serpentine belt. Sorry, airplane. You're gonna use a tool that I use for the serpentine belts. That's what I'm gonna use. So you're just gonna apply on it and it should move. But if not, you can use a ratchet or a breaker bar. But yeah, just make sure it's a 17 and it hooks on to the tensioner. You put on it and just take off this one on top. You don't really have to undo the whole belt because it gets harder. I usually just draw it out every time that I do it, just in case I don't want to go to diagrams online or anything. It saves you a whole lot of time. But yeah, so right now we're gonna apply on that and I'm gonna show you. So this is like right there, so you just basically pull on this, and we already took it down from there. Just watch it here, because I kind of put it on this side, try to angle it here with this little hose. I'm still gonna take off this one. I should have done it, and then I should have taken off the belt, but the belt is off, so you have access to the lower bolt here on the right there, that one. And always remember, when you take off this one, there's gonna be coolant coming down, so try to get something to catch the coolant. So the next step will be removing it. Use a flat screwdriver and just apply on this little clip. Just watch it that it doesn't fly off and get lost. I'm using a camera and using one arm, but let me put it down so you can see. So I took off the clip. You don't have to. It could just like push it to the side, and there's like a little tab where it stops. But in my case, everything came off. You're gonna wanna be careful when you apply on this, especially since this one's like pretty tight in there. So as you can see, this little metal right here, like, and you wanna be careful you don't bend it like how I'm doing it right now. And just apply little by little, one side to the other, until it starts coming off. It's on there, so just start wiggling and make sure that it breaks loose from all the sides, because if you just jank on the rubber, you could rip it. So there, just put it like that, move it to the side, and by taking it off, you see that this little connector. You're gonna take it off, and there's a bolt down there, right there, that one right there. It should be the same thing as the one up here, and that's how you remove the thermostat housing, I believe. And this is the one that we got from O'Reilly's. The part number. So I put back the clip. You see how it gets stuck there in the little groove that it has right there? That's how it's supposed to be. So when you put back the hose, you just click this back in. You just put the hose and you click it back in. So I already undid the bolt that's behind this. The only one that's left is the one down there. Oh, can't really focus. It's right there. You can barely see the little head. But in order to access it, I need to remove this pulley, the idler pulley. So it should be an E14, which is these type of sockets. But if you don't have one, I already undid this one. If you don't have an E set, you could use an 11 mil. And you kind of just, you see how the 11 mil fits perfectly. So you can use that 11 mil and take it off. So I already took out the pulley. Literally just, that's how it comes off. I have a video, you want to go check on it if you want to do the pulleys, because the idler pulleys usually go bad on these. So there's the bolt, the one on top, that one, and you remove this harness right here, and obviously the one on top over here, I already kind of undid it, this one. Remember, if you don't have the E socket that you need, you can use an 8. I believe it should be a 10 in E sockets, or whatever the hell they're called. Never mind, it's actually, it is an 11. It's an E11. So the only thing that I still have to use an 8 here because it won't fit, because of it's too thick. This thing is too thick. So you see the difference in size. This one could barely fit in there, so I don't have to remove all this thing. So, but yeah, it's an E11 to remove those 2 bolts from the housing. So for the connector, I was about to forget. Let me show you. This little tab, you have to separate this, and then you press on it. Or if not, you're gonna break it. I was about to break it. I saw the little tab. Since it's all gunky, I couldn't see it. But yeah, you take off the little white thing. It's a little lock basically, and then you press on it and you put on it. So, and make sure to take it off first before you take out the bolts, because it's gonna be a mess. So I already took off everything. Kind of wiggle it out of the way. So make sure that the new one that you buy from O'Reilly's comes with a gasket. Like, look at this gasket, it's pretty damn toasted in there. If you struggle to take it off, I used a crowbar, and you're just gonna stick it in here and try to ply upwards. Make sure when you're gonna put the new one, you see all that little gasket residue here, like all this, clean it off with a razor, but just try to leave it clean. Prep the surface before you put on the new one, because any uneven surface, you could get a leak. This is a new one. And it comes like this. Comes with the gasket, and even comes with a little thing. Remember to push this one back up to where this little leg hits here, and it gets stuck there before you put it. And it comes with the gasket. Make sure the gasket's not bent like this one, but it's still doable because sometimes they come out way worse. So like I said, you're just gonna wait for that to stop dripping, and we're gonna clean the surface and put on the new one. So you're gonna grab the gasket and you're gonna put it against the thermostat like this. So right now we're just gonna we'll put one of the little bolts. Remember to take the little tab out just until it hits the little leg hits over here, a little lock right there, and it should be ready just to put on. So after putting the harness, it's time to put the hose back. It's right here hanging. Whoa, right here. So you're just gonna push in like that, and then the clip goes, and that's how it locks. Always make sure it's in there and doesn't come off. And we're gonna put back the pulley and the belt. And remember to don't forget to add coolant, because a lot of people change it and they don't add coolant, and that's how accidents happen. So add coolant. Make sure you leave the car running on for a while so it could do its cycle and there's no air bubbles trapped. So you're gonna purchase a system. So I already put back the hose, I already put back the pulley, and we're putting back the belt. Make sure that you put, these have like a little groove here. I don't know if you can see all these pulleys have a groove. This one's flat, but it's way easier. This one has a groove too. Like mainly the ones with the lines have grooves. It's harder to put the belt on the groove ones because obvious reasons than a flat one like the tensioner. So you want to leave the tensioner pulley off since it's like smooth, so that way just kind of slide it in there. So you're gonna do the same thing, and you're just gonna slide it in there, and basically like that, and then you let go, and you make sure, take a look at all the ones that, make sure that the belt's in there. You see how it has to go through a little groove in there, so it's harder to put it. So basically you're gonna put back all the intakes and covers and stuff, and remember the coolant, don't forget the coolant. So yeah, that's basically how you do change out the thermostat or thermostat housing on this Mercedes. Hope this video helps you out. Like and subscribe if it does.